yenze utshintsho lalunye kwiqela elibethwe ngamadodana aseBenin ngo-1-0. benze utshintsho i-right back yabo bayibeke ngaphandle bafaka uGilbert unombolo 8 njenge-right back. Sompempe ubizwa ukapteni Macala, captain weRwanda indodana eqinileyo ke pha ngasemva uJihad Bizimana. Kuzawuqhaka ukuhlangane namhlanje lithemba lokugqibela kuMzantsi Afrika, the last hope. Asinalo enye ithemba. Ifinals ke zimbini namhlanje azidlalwayo kuGroup C. Into zokuthethelela uMzantsi Afrika, ukhumbula umqeqeshi waseRwanda wabetha uMzantsi Afrika akasekho ngoku, ngumqeqeshi omtsha uSplitler wayishiya indawo Torsten. Ngoku namhlanje nguAdel Amruchi nguye ophethe iqela layo iRwanda. Mhlawumbi uMzantsi Afrika uzawuthi hayi lona umqeqeshi nokonoko madoda asimoyiki ngato. Sompempe uthi ibhola mayisuke phezu ko-center line.
Thank you, Scotty. Strap yourselves in, South Africa. This is huge. 90 minutes potentially of agony or ecstasy as South Africa enjoys some time on the ball, playing in the familiar home kit of yellow and green. Rwanda in their change strip of light blue and yellow numbers on their back. 8 of the side played against South Africa 23 months ago. Only 5 of the South African starting lineup tonight played in that match in terrible conditions on that synthetic pitch in the rain. Already a problem here for Ndamane. And the referee might well go to his book very early on against Nshuti, the man who scored against South Africa 23 months ago in November of 2023. He was on the score sheet. It's the only match in which Rwanda have scored more than once. And they generally score in only every second match. They've scored only 5 goals in all their matches so far. This man, Talenton Mbate, is going to spend a lot of time on the ball in the midfield. He's been brought in play Yaya Sitole, but South Africa lose out immediately here. And Rwanda look to go on the counter-attack. Well marshalled though by Modiba. Gets in well, puts in a good challenge. And Bafana will just want to keep possession of the ball. Apollos, early touch for him. His goals at international level have dried up a little bit, other than that 3rd goal he scored against Lesotho. Ronwen Williams tonight in his 55th match. Who knows how crucial he is going to be to the South African cause. They cannot worry about what is going on in Uyo. They have to do the job here and then hope that Benin do not win. But for Benin, it's a tough ask. They're playing away from home against the Nigerian side in front of their own fans. The Nigeria have the incentive of knowing that victory could put them through as well. So they've got something to play for, which plays into South African hands. Good work here from Kwizera. Working well down this near side, trying to find Nshuti. And the ball out of play, marshalled there by Nkosinati CBC. South African back 4, well, including the goalkeeper, the back 5, only one of them not in their 30s. That's the young Ndamane, who's 21. So Ronwen Williams, Modiba, CBC, Mudau and Mokwena all played in those horrible conditions. There was more water polo than soccer in Rwanda in November of 2023. For Rwanda, 8 of their side started that game. Here's the corner now for the Rwandans. We have some news already for you from Uyo, and it's great news from a South African point of view, but let's just see what happens here from this set piece. South Africa defending it well. Good block made in the center of defense by Makgopa. Well, I can tell you Victor Osimhen has found the net early on after just 3 minutes. So that's good news for South Africa. Nigeria leading Benin by 1-0 in Uyo. If it stays like this, then South Africa need just a 1-0 win and they will be through to the World Cup. But things are going to change plenty of times tonight. So don't take off your lucky hat quite yet. But it's a great start. That's great news coming from Uyo. The players, of course, will not know anything about it as Neo Mugabo takes his side forward here. And a foul committed. That'll be a free kick awarded by referee Meliki. So we'll keep you updated. We'll keep you energized. We'll keep you informed. We'll keep you entertained. We'll do our job. You do yours now. Get behind the team. Good challenge there from Mudau. And then he was wrestled to the ground by Neo Mugabo. Incidentally, just one change for the Rwandan team from the team that lost at home against Benin on Friday night. That change at centre-back. Biringiro comes in for Kavita, who sits on the bench. Bafana have made 4 changes. If that news from Uyo does filter through to the players, they'll be excited. But remember, it just takes one Benin goal to change the mood completely. So there's so much to play for here tonight for both these teams. Rwanda seeing plenty of the ball in these early exchanges and now giving it away. Apollos. What can South Africa work? They're going to control the midfield. And Mbata, who's been brought in specifically for that purpose, replacing Yaya Sitole in that midfield. Now CBC, experienced at 30, spent many years at Golden Arrows. Now, of course, club captain of Pirates. Here's Modiba. This is good from South Africa. Apollos goes on the overlap. Apollos, can he work an opening here? Mokwena setting it up. Apollos again. Route blocked to goal. Now it comes back to Talent Mbata. Does he pull the trigger? He decides to. Into the net! Talent Mbata! Oh, the dream is alive! The dream is very, very much alive. Mbata on 5 minutes has rifled it in through the hands of Fiacre and Ntwari, the Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper. Nigeria are winning, South Africa are winning. The lottery has just become a little bit more attainable. Gayton McKenzie is dancing. What a goal for Talent Mbata, the 25-year-old Buccaneer. Hammers that into the top corner. And South Africa have the lead just after news had filtered through that Nigeria had taken the lead. Apollos does so well. Mbata works it onto his right boot. Bit of a heavy first touch, but right through the hands of Ntwari. And South Africa lead by 1-0. Are they going to USA, Canada and Mexico in 2026? It's looking more than possible now. Mbata brought into the side. That's very poor goalkeeping from Ntwari. Hammered in, and he runs to the corner flag to celebrate with anybody who will celebrate with him. Now, that's the start South Africa wanted. They couldn't score against Zimbabwe. They hit the post twice, though. The ball cleared off the line once. They played against 10 men for half an hour, but Apollos looks full of running tonight. Mbule in the midfield, the master chef. What's he cooking up for Bafana in this midfield? It's an interesting combination. Mbule, Mbata and Mokwena playing behind. Here's the youngster, Ndamane. Now CBC, looking at his options and going back to his goalkeeper. Now if Ronwen Williams keeps a clean sheet, it's only Nigeria who can help South Africa then. Now a bit of space in the midfield. And they're finding their men well. They're enjoying a little bit more time on the ball. But this is the start that South Africa would have wanted. An early goal to settle the nerves. Things could change many, many more times tonight. And we'll let you know what's happening. At the moment, as it stands, South Africa are topping the group and going through. Just a reminder, the side in second spot will not qualify in this group. Only one of Benin, Nigeria or South Africa will go through. Dizimana looking to try and carve out an opening for himself. Well watched by Apollos, who's coming back to do some good defensive duties. Now they spread the play to the near side. Ball played into the area. It's a good ball, just slightly over the head of Nshuti, and it'll run out for a goal kick. But that scoreline looks very pleasing from a South African point of view. Look at Mbata. His first touch is a little bit heavy. He doesn't let it affect him. Gets his body behind the ball. The shot is perfect. The balance is perfect. The goalkeeping of Ntwari is less than perfect. South Africa lead by 1-0 on 8 minutes. Williams. CBC. Looking to find the man. Bit of an ambitious pass this time. And needs to be mopped up by Thierry Manzi, who's playing his 41st match for Rwanda tonight. They call them Amavubi, the Wasps. We were hoping there wouldn't be a sting in the tail. Let's hope it stays like this from a South African point of view. But South Africa have revenge to mete out. CBC and Mudau were the two men who were at fault for the 2 goals that Rwanda scored in the rain on that terrible synthetic pitch. Just after South Africa had beaten Benin by 2-1 in Durban a few days earlier. The start to their campaign in November 2023. And in fact, Mudau was on the score sheet then. If we look at that team that started the campaign, it was a very different team that Hugo Broos put out in those days. It had Percy Tau in it, it had Mshishi Zwane in it, it had Tlongwane, it had Mayembela in it as well. Kulu in defense. Very, very different team that started the qualifying campaign from the team that is ending it and hopefully taking South Africa through to the World Cup from a Bafana point of view. But we'll wait and see. Lots more to come. And Rwanda will spoil the party if they can. Mudau getting back. No whistle from the referee. Ronwen Williams has had nothing to do in these early exchanges. He'll hope it stays like that. Here's Ndamane, the man from TX Galaxy. Chosen today in defense rather than Moloi Sane, the man from Stellies. Pass is a little bit ambitious. And Mutsinzi will play it out of play. So the Wasps certainly not as settled as one would like them to be from their coach's point of view. Ranked at 127th in the world. When the sides last met, they were 140th in the world. And Bafana was 64th. They're now 55th. That's the coach, Coach Amrush, hoping to try and mastermind a spoiling tactic. But Scotty, it's a dream start for Bafana. Talent Mbata has put them ahead. 1-0 on 10 minutes.
Michael uTalent Mbata akaqala ukuyenza lento. Wayiqale Orlando uMzantsi Afrika usengxakini sekudlalwa kwixesha longezelelo likaSompempe. Refs of optional time. Sekuthiwa uMzantsi Afrika udlale ngokulingana wayibethe ngcangcazela umnatha. Okwangoku ilog ithi uMzantsi Afrika usekwindawo yokuqala, iNigeria isekwindawo yesibini, okanti ibe iBenin kwindawo yesithathu. Bola uMzantsi Afrika uphuma ngaphandle le ibhola kuthiwa mayibe yikona kick yokuqala ezakufunyanwa kuMzantsi Afrika. Iset piece yokuqala, inqaku elihle isenhle labhodi isabhalwe inqaku elinye eqandeni. Umbatha sisihlandlo sesithathu esi esabela kubizo loMzantsi Afrika. Waswingwa police wazixhoma impondo zakhe kwangathi kubethwa u6 kwicricket. Kona kick yokuqala eMzantsi Afrika. Sompempe uyabona amadodana aduthulana. Usibisi uphanga phakathi uNkosinathi. Apolice kona kick yakhe lethwa ngenhloko lo bhola uMzantsi Afrika kuzafuneka bakhawuleze babuye nayo. Thapela nyengeza kakuhle nje uThapela. Shiya ngesithende lo bhola yabanjwa yingca uTyani. Nathi ibhola kaMbatha wahlaba kakuhle. Apolice wasebenza uNtwari kweli thuba. Wasebenza unozinti weRwanda kweli thuba. Mbatha ipase ibhola enhle. Apolice esithi ndiyabetha ngoku ebetha kwipali ekufutshane, mhlawumbi uba bebethe ezame ipali ibikude engasekunxele. Kona kick yesibini sathathwa ngu-Oswin Apolice kwakhona. Sompempe uxambulisana nendodana engafuna ukumamela uGeorgia Kwizera. Kona kick Apolice ngentloko phezu kwepali vo Teboho Mokoena. Uyakhala uTeboho ujonge phezulu uyaqonda uba ebeyigqibile, abevelile kungakho ndoda emchongileyo evele yedwa eza ebaleka. Isike yadibana nomhlaba ibhola, uyihlabe phansi emhlabeni, yasinda iRwanda. Umqeqeshi weRwanda ndiqonda uba uza kusinda emva kwalona umdlalo. Uzukhumbule kwi-Africa Cup of Nations iRwanda yayikwigroup enye neBenin kunye neNigeria. iBenin neNigeria badlulile ngoDisemba baya kwi-Africa Cup of Nations. iRwanda ikwazanga ukuya. Lo umqeqeshi ungena emva komqeqeshi wayeqhuba kakuhle neqela laseRwanda Amavubi. uSpitler wathi wakumka zabonakala izinto. Kona kick yesithathu yoMzantsi Afrika ziluthotho ngoku. Ikona kicks zebafana. Mhlawumbi umqeqeshi weRwanda yawuba ngumdlalo wakhe ogqibela lo namhlanje. Akuba uyabethwa iBafana ifuna elinqaku lesibini elifunwa ngabemi boMzantsi Afrika. elifunekayo eCanada, elifuneka e-USA naseMexico. Oswi Apolis atyhalatyhalana iphakamisile la bhola, bethwa ngentloko kwakhona uMzantsi Afrika, kodwa yokuphuma phezu kwebhali ibhola. Akhulumani uNdamase kuthiwa mde mntanam usebenzise ubude bakho. Ebephantsi koxinzelelo ukhulumani Ndamase, ebengenakho nto ebenokuyenza ngale ibhola. Ibhola ibintle ibekade buwomo bukwena, eyona bhola ibintle kwezantloko uske wayihlaba phantsi. uNtwari waqala waguqa ngedolo, uSompempe weza kuye ezawubuza uba kwenzeka ntoni na. Madodana aseRwanda abetha uMzantsi Afrika mane kuphela angawuqalanga lo mdlalo angekhoyo namhlanje. Onke amanye amadoda ayekhona. Ombolenga akekho namhlanje, uEmmanuel akekho, Niyonzima akekho kunye noBayiringiro. Ezikhulu ezobukela lo mdlalo, President waSAFA, uMinister naye ngokwakhe, balandeli beRwanda baphumile into yokuba iRwanda ingayi kwi-Africa Cup of Nations. Umbatha ke lo utalente, usebenzisa italente yakhe, ebetha ibhola ebuhlungu, wamshiya uNtwari eguqe ngamadolo phantsi, ethi uyayibetha uyayixhimfa lo bhola kanti ibinamandla ngeyona ndlela. Kwatsho noBruce wajonga phezulu wathi umthandazo wami wokuqala uviwe. Nabalandeli beBafana Bafana baxhumaxhuma bathi saqala kwamnandi, eqala imibhiyozo. Imibhiyozo sithemba uba ayizukufana nemibhiyozo yakhe yenzeka kweli bala kwajive. uBruce ubiza utalente Mbatha, uphakamile uNtwari, umqeqeshi wasengxakini ngoku uAdel Amruchi. Balandeli boMzantsi Afrika baxelela abadlali babo ngokuba izinto zihamba kakuhle nakwiNigeria. iRwanda yazixhwithela kodwa thathile uMbatha lo bhola yaphuma ngaphandle kwebala. Ngasemva la bhola uNkosinathi Sibisi, uRonwin Williams usazitshayela inqawe yakhe, akabikho nto imphazamisayo, utonga lakhe lokugqibela lisamkhusela. Sibisi hlaba ibhola entle kutalente Mbatha, uMbatha wahlaba ibhola entle kwela cala, Thapelo Morena wayihlaba lo bhola kuseyila ngokwakhe, Thapelo Morena ebhoksini wayigoba la bhola, yikona kick kwakhona. Bhola nebhola uMzantsi Afrika ayifumanayo uyahlasela. Jonge nje uThapelo uyayiqonda le nto, indoda yakhe yabetha amanqaku elandelelana eBloemfontein eBafana Bafana. Ndoda yesibini ukubetha ibrace kwiqela leBafana Bafana ngoko. Kona kick yeBafana Bafana. Apolis izawucengwa la bhola ngasemva, uNdamane ukhawuleze wayiyeka. Abafana bayiRwanda ngoku abasazi nokuba mabakhusele badifende nzulu okanye bathini, batyhale babheke phambili ukuba uMzantsi Afrika ngokwamendu ingathi uyobongamela. Ethi yakusuka la bhola kwesasisu soMzantsi Afrika, ethi yakufika kuApolis orovileyo ngoku wazobaleka ekhohlo, watshintsha uThapelo Morena. Ibhola iza kwaPolis, atshintsha ipositions ngoku nakwaPolis ihambe buyela kwiposition yakhe kwicabanga lasekhohlo. Talente Mbatha ziqala apha ke za build up zoMzantsi Afrika, yakhiwa kanye kulena ibhola. Ndamane centre backs, uNdamane noSibisi. Aqala uMzantsi Afrika, waqala uApolis yokulanda la bhola ngasemva. the master chef isathule ngoku isafumene ibhola yanye zambini master chef isabasibililo yayo cenga uMzantsi Afrika le ibhola abolis wow ufike ngasekho kini u-evidence Makhoba Sompempe wakhala ikhona indoda elele phansi yeqela laseRwanda khona indoda elele phansi eqela laseRwanda uJean Claude uqamlisana noSompempe phakamile indoda ikhawuleze yaphakama uThierry Manzi ebinguye belele phansi ifuthe lobushushu lasebombela liyabonakala kubafana beRwanda ngoku babile bathe xhopho kuyarhatyela eMzantsi Afrika imbombela esabizwa iNelspruit ke loyibonayo South Africa usekwindawo entle emva kwemizuzu emihlanu wathi siyaqhophoza ke thina ngoku 1-0 bafana
Scotty, I don't know about you, but it's getting exciting now. As here goes South Africa again. They're playing some good football, just at times overdoing the passes. And it remains 1-0 in Uyo to Nigeria. That early goal from Victor Osimhen, as Rwanda, for the first time in ages, start to threaten. And a shot from range. I think Ronwen Williams will be delighted if all the shots come in from that distance. Muhire, Kevin Muhire, 41st cap for him tonight. He's never scored for his national team. And with shots like that, you can see why. South Africa started this qualifying campaign with a goal in the 3rd minute against Benin in Durban. Today they've scored pretty much at the same time, so inside the first 5 minutes of their first qualifying game and their last qualifying game. Will that be a good omen? Won't talk too much about what happened in between, but they won that match against Benin by 2-1. They're two rivals for top place in this group. They didn't lose to them in any of the 4 matches. They beat Benin twice and they drew with Nigeria twice. Their only loss on the field of play was against this Rwandan side in a water polo match. And of course in the boardroom they lost against Lesotho. I can tell you also that as the log stands at the moment, Benin and Nigeria have the identical records as things stand. 12 goals for, 8 goals against, which means that on the head-to-heads, Benin would be ahead of Nigeria. So Benin are currently 2nd in the group, Nigeria are 3rd, but it doesn't matter because 2nd place at the moment means nothing in this group. It's all about if goals go in and change the status as it stands. Bafana leading by 1-0, and then Ntwari, whose very poor mistake in goal, he parried the ball into his own net, didn't get his body behind the ball. And he's allowed South Africa in for that early goal by Talent Mbata. And Bafana enjoying a lot of time on the ball. That's great skill. Tapelo Morena working his magic here down the near side. Throw in for his side. South Africa playing a lot of their football inside the Rwandan half of the field. The Wasps are not stinging tonight as yet. This is really good from Makhopa. Rides the challenge well. And then draws the foul out of the opposing captain, Dizimana, 28-year-old. Here's the youngster, 21-year-old Ndamane, picking out a man 9 years his elder, his centre-back partner. South Africa have used so many different centre-back pairings over the course of this campaign, and they did that nicely, tidied up the danger well, and now can launch an attack through Modiba on that far side. Mbata. Mokoena coming back to help, finding his man well. Tapelo Morena coming infield and playing a rather sloppy pass, which could cost, but then there's Mokoena again to cut out the danger. Here's Mbata doing some really good things in midfield. He's cutting out a lot of danger. That's almost a brilliant pass, but well read by Mutsinzi. And Rwanda can come again. This tiny little country in the center of Africa, just above Burundi. And they launch an attack now through Mugisha, the man who scored that lovely goal against South Africa, with the offside flag up. And Bafana are playing controlled football. They haven't been this controlled for a while. Certainly that early goal has settled them down. They're finding their men well, they're playing with a swagger, they're playing with a confidence. And here you can see the pass to Mugisha, who is in an offside position. So as Scotty told you, amazingly, Rwanda in their AFCON qualifying group were in the same group as Nigeria and Benin. They must be sick of those two nations. They've had to play them in World Cup qualifiers, and they've had to play against them in AFCON qualifiers. They ended third in the group, level with Benin on points, but Benin have a better head-to-head record, so Benin and Nigeria go through to AFCON. Rwanda miss out despite ending third in their group, and they're going to miss out on World Cup qualification as well. A country, as I say, ranked currently at 127th in the world. They've improved 13 places from what they were when these sides last met, in what has been their only meeting to date in any competition. Of course, Ronwen Williams chancing his luck a little bit there back, finding a willing teammate in Ndamane. Ball humped forward. Apollos getting involved. And now Ndamane committed to the challenge. Now there might be something on here. It's a nice cushion pass by Mbule. And Apollos will win a throw-in on the far side. Well, the South African cricket team are test champions at the moment. The rugby team are World Cup champions, and US, rugby championship winners. What can the football team do? Apollos took his eye off the ball just for a moment. Morena resettles it. Apollos! Oh, it's brilliant! It's absolutely brilliant! Oswin Apollos, formerly from Polokwane City, now a Buccaneer. He gets his 4th international goal on his 18th appearance. And South Africa are sailing to the land of Uncle Sam. 2-0. Gayton can't contain himself. Even Daniel Dan, who doesn't often smile these days, he's smiling. South Africa 2, Rwanda 0. Revenge is in the air, and revenge is very, very sweet. Apollos makes the mistake initially, takes his eye off the ball. Tapelo Morena recycles it. What a great finish here. Beautifully played by Evidence Makgopa, who'll get the assist. But look how well this man does. Apollos into the top corner. This time you can't fault Fiacre and Ntwari. No goalkeeper in the world is stopping that. South Africa lead by 2-0. An opening goal inside 5 minutes from the man from KwaMashu. And now his current teammate, Oswin Apollos, 24 years of age, scores the goal that puts South Africa 2-0 up and is improving their goal difference now to +5 as it stands. Well, to upset the apple cart now, Benin would have to score. And if South Africa score again, it looks like they're quite possible that they could score again. Benin would have to score twice. Come on, Nigeria, play your part. Play your part. 27 minutes played. Here go Rwanda on a rare sortie forward, looking for a nest for their Wasps. It's on the near side with Mugisha. Scored a brilliant goal, I must say. Through ball mistake by Sibisi in the first match between the sides. Referee gives the free kick. Foul by Mbata. Doesn't like the decision. He's saying, what did I do wrong? Referee says, I'm awarding the free kick. And Kevin Muhire is the man who's fouled. So here's a chance, a set-piece chance. South Africa, only once in this campaign so far have they scored 2 first-half goals. That came in their first match in Durban against Benin. Haven't been able to score 2 first-half goals since, other than tonight. So Kevin Muhire, 41st appearance for the Wasps tonight. It's a 2-man wall. Amazing how they put one of their shortest players in the wall. Not sure what the sense of that is, but Rwanda have a lot of tall men in there in the box. So Apollos next to Morena. Muhire will hope that he can beat the wall. Is this a way back for Rwanda in this game? The fans in the stands are in the promised lands. But for how long? 19 there's Nshuti, he's their out-and-out striker. Whistle from the referee. Ball played into a dangerous area. Straight into the hands of Ronwen Williams. There was a knock in the face for one of the defenders and a yellow card as well for Nshuti. Man who scored that tap-in goal when Mudau made the mistake with a weaker back pass in Rwanda. Innocent and Shuti, not so innocent on this occasion. See if we can pick out what he does. Just tripping his man, I think, with a boot, maybe going in with the shoulder as well. And Ronwin Williams got a perfect view of that. He's saying, hang on a second, I saw a punch being thrown. And the referee agrees. So yellow card for the Rwandan striker. And so far, Ronwin Williams with not much to do. So South Africa are playing their part. That's all that they can do, is win this match, and win this match comprehensively, just in case the match in Oyo ends in a draw, because then South Africa would be level with Benin on points, and then goal difference would come into play. So South Africa would need to win by at least 2, maybe more than 2, depending on what the margin of the draw is. But with Nigeria winning, all South Africa have to do is win. So that's how it stands at the moment. Iskati Siahamba, we have an hour left in this one. An hour left of drama. Can your nerves take it? I don't know if mine can. Scotty, 2-0 here, 1-0 to Nigeria. It's a dream.
Akhumbule Michael Rwanda kwisiqingatha sokuqala iRwanda yayihamba ngo-2-0 kuMzantsi Afrika. uMzantsi Afrika ubuyisa ezo zitya. iRwanda inqaku layo lokuqala yalifaka ngomzuzu we-12. uMzantsi Afrika ufake inqaku ngomzuzu wesithandathu. iRwanda inqaku layo lokugqibela langomzuzu wama-28. Nazi izinto iNigeria ngathi isekwindawo yesibini. iBenin kwindawo yesithathu, kodwa sibambene ngayo yonke into. iBenin kunye neNigeria, mhlawumbi iNigeria besayibeka kwindawo yesibini kungokuba umdlalo usaqhubeka. iRwanda yafaka inqaku layo lesibini ngomzuzu wama-28. kwesa siqingatha sokuqala uMzantsi Afrika ufaka inqaku lesibini ngomzuzu wama-26. into ethetha uba uMzantsi Afrika wenza bhetele kunokuba iRwanda yayenzile mhla ibetha uMzantsi Afrika ngamanqaku 2 eqadeni, offside iRwanda. Ekuthola lo bhola ngasemva kunozinti. uMzantsi Afrika wenza bhetele kwinto eyenziwe iRwanda. Doti biqeqesha kakuhle uSpitler uyishiye iRwanda ngoJanuwari, ephumelele kwimidlalo eli-14, waphumelela imidlalo yami-6, dlala ngokulingana kwimidlalo emine, wabethwa kwimidlalo emine. irekhodi lakhe lihle kakhulu kunale ndodana uAden. Nantsi ibhola entle uMzantsi Afrika. Mure Tape ngakwi-touchline ngayo. Sompempe ikhonda ibonileyo eziqenqa uthapele sithi uve kabuhlungu. Indoda encintisana noSompempe zenzeka zonke izinto apha phambi kwayo. uSompempe ibonwe nguye laa nto wavuthela impempe yakhe weza ebaleka, bamnyanga ngaphandle kwebala. abalandeli boMzantsi Afrika bakhalela ikhadi kuSompempe, bakhalela ikhadi. engene kabuhlungu le ndodana, indoda ibike yaxambulisana noSompempe, uJean Claude. nqaku elihle loMzantsi Afrika la sebenzile uEvidence Makgopa, waqonda uba makangaphazamisani noApolis kulaa bhola kuba bebesini kwibhola enye. warhoxa uEvidence, wabetha into ebuhlungu uAustin Apolis, ibhombela yeba ngenyawo, kodwa sesikufutshane kwilizwe lesithembiso. South America siyasondela. South Africa uzakufumana iset piece yakokwabo. uNtwari sebembethe izihlandlo zazibini kwisiqingatha sokuqala. naku apolice eyophuza uThapelo Mure, kodwa ke asibizwanga istretcher. Wawukotsha kuthiwa kawukhulule kwathini ukuba ngaba akaphakami. hayi uThapelo ingathi angeke asela nazo, neenyembezi ziyabonakala. zuzu amashumi mathathu anesine ibe indoda seyishiya umdlalo ngohlobo kwisiqingatha sokuqala uveka buhlungu utapelo Morena. Into ethethwa ke ngoku Muhaukota masosgele episapisi uxhume kakhulu uMakgopa xhume kakhulu ibhola yakhe yokuphuma phezu kwepali izaba i-goal kick ezakufunyanwa iRwanda. South Africa baza kwenza utshintsho kwakwisiqingatha sokuqala. Thapelo ingene kabuhlungu le ndodana Sompempe mhlawumbe engalikhuphanga ikhadi esithi mntanam i-50-50 lena kuzakushiya nomama ukondla. Qala uSipho Mbule thatha la bhola esuswini ibuyisela ngasemva. Muhaukota into ethetha uzongena sengenile kwisitha sokuqala bese senza irani yakhe wayibamba lo bhola uMudawu. Amanqaku asemile wona ebhodini uMzantsi Afrika umqenqeza phambili ngamanqaku amabini okanti iRwanda iza ngasemva ngeqanda ngasemva. Pasa enhle kaRonwin Williams distribution yakhe enhle thungelano Sipho Mbule ayilwela Aubrey Mudibi ibhola yakhe bahlala ngomdlalo omnye waRwanda ngoku uzawuthi abe nencilikiti pasendene enhle Seyila Mudawu ibamba ngesampo ibeka phansi. Ayicenga kwakhona uMzantsi Afrika eza build up zasesuswini bekwe kakuhle la bhola kasukufika uMudawu phezu kwayo kodwa ibhola iza kuphoswa ngesandla ngumZantsi Afrika okumhlaba omhle kakhulu. Ya siyaphokoka izinto bathi Osimhen ufaka inqaku lakhe lesibini. Nigeria 2 Benin 0, South Africa 2 Rwanda 0. Zinhle ke ngoku ya ezi final zombini ziyacaca pho ziyakhona. Wangena uMuhaukota wangena saqukula indoda uMuhaukota. Nigeria mayibambe ngolo hlobo lonto leyo sayithengela imali isibonise nje ivenkile ethengisa imali. South Africa waphinda waqala ibhola yawo esuswini. Muhaukota thathelo bhola wayibuyisela ngasemva. Indlela yoMzantsi Afrika ingathi iyavuleka ngoku njengoko yayinjalo kokuqala. Yayivulekile kokuqala. South Africa neZimbabwe bazaphinde bahlangane kwi-Africa Cup of Nations ngoDisemba bakwigroup enye bakugroup B. Izawuphendula apha iZimbabwe bekutheni izisokolise kangaka. Thapelo Morena ukhawuleze waphuma kwakwisiqingatha sokuqala ngenxa yokwenzakala kwakhe kodwa ke kwangena uMuhaukota. Bafana beRwanda ngoku bathi masixothise umdlalo uMzantsi Afrika uza kohlwayo. Ngene Rhabaxa indodana yoMzantsi Afrika ngena Rhabaxa kuMugisha. Sipho Mbule Sompempe ingathi nguye ambizela uncedo lokuqala ba khawulezani nizokunceda badlali babini abaleleyo. Sipho Mbule naye ulele ekhuluma ngcolulonwabo yingoma ngoku sisingqi saseAfrika eMbombela Stadium. Sithemba uba iNigeria ayizukugwidiza kuba iza kufanayo ukuphela kwesiqingatha sokuqala kuthi uMzantsi Afrika uhamba phambili ingakilingi yekelele iNigeria. NoMzantsi Afrika uzawuva ukuphela kwesiqingatha sokuqala uba iNigeria ihamba phambili ngamanqaku amabini eqandeni. abalandeli beRwanda abasibeka ngaphansi bathi noba sibabini noba sibathathu kodwa ifuthe lona lizavakala basikhona eMzantsi Afrika. Aphakama uSipho Mbulu bengene kabuhlungu ngene rhabaxa kwindoda eRwanda. Uphakamile udlalile kumdlalo neZimbabwe, udlalile kumdlalo neZimbabwe, abeyithwele emagxeni bafana Akhalu Adele uyaqonda umsebenzi wakhe usemngciphekweni, kuba ngoku amaqela azawube exakekile lungiselela i-Africa Cup of Nations. Ibeke ecaleni le nto inyanga inye eseleyo, akho qela azawuphinda adlale nalo, mhlawumbi ngamaqela nje azawufuna ipractice ngeRwanda ukuba azabe khona loo maqela aya kwi-Africa Cup of Nations athi khanisikeni iRwanda. Mabini amanqaku kuMzantsi Afrika, iqanda kuRwanda. Sikumzuzu wama-40 Michael.
It's becoming even more believable now. 2-0 to South Africa, as you say, 2-0 to Nigeria, somewhere halfway across the continent in another hemisphere. It is in the land of Oyo. Nigeria are doing the business, brothers in arms, and helping South Africa to the cause. And you can almost smell the hamburgers, hot dogs, fried chicken, mac and cheese and buffalo wings that the South African team will be eating in the United States. You don't want to count your fried chicken before it's hatched, but it's looking really good for the home side tonight. Let's see what Mbule does. He's got a man over on that far side in Modiba, who's pushed upfield. Apollos, man from Bishop Lavis in Cape Town, originally spent a lot of his career at Polokwane City. It looked as if he was going to stay there for the rest of time before Pirates came in and snapped him up. And he scored his 4th goal tonight for the national team. So, as things stand at the moment, South Africa top of the group, Nigeria 2nd, Benin in 3rd. That's what it looks like at the moment. And to upset the apple cart, Benin would have to score twice without Nigeria scoring. And even then, one more goal for South Africa would put South Africa through anyway. So, unless Benin score pretty much 3 times, or Rwanda come back and score twice here, it's looking really good for Bafana. As I said in 2010, no longer boys, it's boys to men. Still plenty of the evening to go, but the first half has gone exactly according to the script as far as the home side are concerned. Now it's a ball in behind. Good work from Nkota, and then he slips at the vital moment, allowing Niyomugabo to take it away for Rwanda. But Rwanda have offered very little going forward. They've scored just 5 goals in their 9 previous World Cup qualifying games in this group, and they've scored in every second game. Unbelievably, they've scored in their 2nd, 4th, 6th and 8th games, and failed to score in games 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So if they follow that pattern, they should score tonight. South Africa will be hoping that they'll be out of sight by then. Mugisha, one of the more experienced players, Bonheur Mugisha. Here's the 28-year-old, Niyomugabo. Closed down quickly. There was talk that Joylance Mikkels, the 31-year-old German-born player, whose parents come from the DRC, but they have Rwandan heritage, that he might be part of the squad. But he hasn't been included in the matchday 23, despite getting a call-up. It would have been his first appearance for Rwanda. But the coach, if you'll pardon the vulgarity of this expression, has other fish to fry. 2 minutes to go until half-time. Ronwen Williams so far has had precious little to do. He might have something to do though now with an opportunity for Mugisha, and the ball eventually cleared. Bounce of the ball is tricky. And Rwanda having one of their best spells of the half now, just sustained pressure inside the South African team, but they've been seen back towards halfway. The defense working in unison. Now Mudal just shepherding this, but the offside flag helps him. So we're inside the final 90 seconds of the first half. Rwanda have come here to play football. They've tried their best, but sheer class has been the difference of the story, and that's absolutely offside. Good decision from the assistant on the far side. The lines on the pitch at Mbombela really helping. And by the way, at this stadium, South Africa have never lost. They've never lost a match. 6 wins, 4 draws, no losses. This is match number 11. They've had some memorable results here. They've had some strange results here as well, but they haven't lost. So I suppose a good decision to take this game to Mbombela Stadium. And Ronwen Williams wants to kick this ball as far away from his goal as possible. It's a bit of a clash of heads. The referee needs to come and check if Nshuti's all right. And Nshuti's on a yellow card, but 2 South Africans are also on a yellow card, and Kota and Mbule. So they have to be a little bit careful. And maybe if things are going well for South Africa, the coach might look to substitute them just so that they don't pick up another yellow. So how much stoppage time? There will be a fair bit, I would imagine, because there was that hold-up for the injury to Morena, who went off the field of play. 1 or 2 other hold-ups. So we'll get that information for you shortly as we move into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Just 2 minutes, the officials have decided. And this is a dangerous time. South Africa scored in stoppage time in their opening game against Benin in the first half. The goal by Mudau, it's the only international goal he scored after Percy Tau had put the side 1-0 up after just 2 minutes. Wonder what the team talk will be like at half-time. Coach Bruce will be on the phone to his Nigerian counterpart saying, you just keep it up. I'm not talking to my team, I'm talking to your team. You do us a favor, we've done what we can. Give me a direct line to Uyo, to the dressing room there. 1 minute to go. This is the time when players can tend to switch off mentally. So the defense needs to be sharp. Rwanda will know that if they can fashion a cross into the box, anything can happen. Good work here from Mugisha. Just recycles the ball. And they're looking for an opening, but South Africa have good shape defensively here. So they switch play to that far side. Well cut out. That's great work defensively, and the free kick is bought as well. So that means that Modiba has earned South Africa a set piece, and that should clear the danger, and the home side should be able to go in now 2-0 up at half-time. Still 2-0 in Uyo, as far as we know. Victor Osimhen has scored both goals in the 3rd minute and the 37th minute there. So the log as it stands, South Africa currently on 18 points, Nigeria on 17, Benin on 17. Halfway there are South Africa, halfway there. It's been hard for these Rwandans. They're playing at altitude, and everybody can take a collective sigh of relief. If you live in Mbombela, go outside and breathe in oxygen now. There's not going to be too much left in a short while as everybody takes a collective sigh. That is a picture and a half. Mbombela Stadium, it's working well for the home side. At half-time, it's Bafana Bafana who lead the Wasps of Rwanda by 2-0. They'll feel very happy with the way that they have conducted their business in the first half. And having a look at the stats, South Africa having all the possession, no shots at goal or off goal. So very well done by South Africa. 6 shots, 3 of them on target, 2 of them led to goals, and 4 corners to 1. It's very dominant for South Africa. We'll have a halftime discussion with V and her team in the studio. We'll be back for second half commentary from Mbombela. At the moment, if you're South African, smile and smile broadly.
Hence, he scored that beautiful goal. And I mean, these are, of course, the live pictures that you're seeing now coming through from Mbombela Stadium, where South Africa, after 45 minutes of action, are leading Rwanda by 2-0. And initially, when we started with the build-up, we looked at the attendance at the stadium when we thought the 12th man not quite there. But you can see that the players themselves are just inspired and motivated. Particularly now, when they come into Swamba Sesbili, they will know that the scoreline in Uyo, Nigeria is 2-0 in favor of Nigeria, with Victor Osimhen finding both those goals.
I think, it was very important that South Africa started on the front foot. I think they sent an early message to say, you are in our backyard, we're going to take the game to you guys. And Rwanda couldn't contain them. Like I said, with Apoli's movement of the ball, I think he creates space for other players to get themselves in good scoring positions.
And you look at Coach Adel Amrouche and how his team has come out. In the build-up, he spoke about, I'm going to make so many changes to the starting 11. I'm going to give the youngsters a chance. I may not start with Ntwari in goals. He makes a single change. What do we make of this start for this Benin side? Because it's a complete opposite of what we saw on the 21st of November 2023, when we had to see players take to the field in what was literally a swimming pool.
Yeah, maybe looking at the Rwanda side, they've not won they've only won one match actually in the past 5 encounters. So, and Coach Adel Amrouche has just joined the team. So obviously the intention is just to build a winning team for Rwanda. Hence, he tried to come up with a very strong starting lineup. However, for me, it is what Bafana did with regard to their approach, and credit to Coach Hugo Bros and his technical team. Because, it were pressing them very high. I like how, Vusi, we were just talking about how Evidence Mahopa was just disrupting a lot of build-ups from the Rwandan centre-backs. So Rwanda could not play their normal game today, and well done to our players.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying South African Airways. Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for takeoff.
All right, we can see there Rwandan coach Adel coming out, making his way back onto the pitch. And of course, we do have some of the best commentators in the country to take you through this game. We will take you now through to the second half of action in this final World Cup qualifying encounter. And it is South Africa leading Rwanda by 2-0. We do have the amazing Michael Abramson in commentary alongside Ramtura and Tutuzeli Scott.
Sithatha isiqingatha sethu sesibini ngoku sidla sigoduka uMzantsi Afrika lunqumo. Okanti njengoba besike satsho kwisiqingatha sokuqala sathi eNigeria ikwindawo yesibini ibisekwindawo yesithathu ngoko ithe yakufaka inqaku layo lesibini iNigeria zatshintsha izinto ngoku yaya kunumber 2 iBenin yaya kunumber 3 kuba ngoku igoal difference iyacaca phakathi kweNigeria kunye neBenin. Kuzawuqala isiqingatha sesibini yathandaza the chef ngokwayo thetha noTebuo Mokoena. Kuzawuba nzinyana sifuna ujonga uba ngabaphi na abaza kutshintsha uMzantsi Afrika. Sikhumbule uba kukho utshintsho lisisinyanzeliso kwisiqingatha sokuqala ukonzakala kwakhe uThapelo Morena. Kusekho indoda esathandazayo yoMzantsi Afrika. Ibhola silinde uSompemba dathi mayiqale isiqingatha sethu sesibini somdlali izasuswa lo bhola phezu ko-center line lilizwe laseRwanda. Aqala isiqingatha sesibini kuyagodukwa ngoku iNigeria isankqenkqeza phambili ngamanqaku amabini eqandeni. uMzantsi Afrika isekwaseso ngamanqaku amabini eqandeni. Apolis qalile eza bhola sithungelanayo. Aubrey Mudibe wahlaba kakuhle la bhola. Mbule khawuleza uTebuo Mokoena wayilungisa ngokwakhe loo nto. kufana obizweyo namhlanje okhulumani Ndamane ubonakalisa isibindi njenge-center back yomzantsi Afrika, ubonakalisa isibindi, wangena ngathi iqhelile le nto. Build up yomzantsi Afrika kuzafuneka iphinde iqalwe ngasemva le ibhola. Unwabile uRonwin Williams namhlanje umfana segqeberha, eyicenga nje le bhola ibeke ecankwakhe, kwadlala ibhola ende yomzantsi Afrika, bethwa ngentloko la bhola wafika uMudawu. Evidence Mokgopa usuke kade emakhini, ufike sekwaphulwe ibhola seyikunozinti weRwanda ngasemva. iRwanda ebomini bayo zange yadlala kwindebe yehlabathi. Africa Cup of Nations iRwanda igqibele ngo-2004, ayikaphindi kube de kube nanamhlanje ibhola enhle eRwanda, kodwa ukhona Kholiso Mudawu washiya indoda isitya utyani phansi. Zaqala ezapasi zomzantsi Afrika kodwa khawuleza bamtyhiliza enkotha bamsusa. Rwanda Africa Cup of Nations kunzinyana nakulo nyaka abayi. Bhola entle bafuna uApolis, wayitrepa wayibeka phansi kodwa la bhola ibinamandla ngeyona ndlela. Ibinamandla la bhola akakwazi ibeka phansi. Madodana adlala eEurope, Ange Mutsinzi, uThierry Manzi i-center back yabo, ukanti noJihad Bizimana e-midfield awabonakala itulo madoda edlala kumazwe ase-Europe. uMzantsi Afrika wavalile. Sipho Mbule alumkele uhamba emalahleni, kodwa ke indoda yaseRwanda emdlale kabuhlungu. Yabuya iRwanda nebhola, Mudawu wayivala lo bhola uSompempe, nekezela i-free kick kuMzantsi Afrika. Wakhala ucaptain womzantsi Afrika ngokwakhe uRonwin Williams wathi wadlala, watsho kuMudawu uthi wadlala Sailor. uNtwari abambethi bayamtheza namhlanje. Amanqaku wakhe asibhozo ngoku awavuleleyo, ngamanqaku asibhozo. Bhola ende yomzantsi Afrika ibethwa ngentloko bhola, zama ushilda la bhola. Evidence Mokgopa bathi wagqiba bamhlaba uMzantsi Afrika, wafumana i-set piece. Wafumana i-set piece uMzantsi Afrika. Evidence Mokgopa ebeseyishiye ngasemva indoda eRwanda, kodwa yafunga yathi uba kudlula ibhola akunakudlula nawe. Set piece yomzantsi Afrika. Ephethwe ngo-Austrian Apolis la bhola. Sompempe wonwabele lo mdlalo, uncumile. Wonwabele lo mdlalo uSompempe. Yatsho intsholo yabalandeli beBafana Bafana. Apolis phezu kwala bhola, amehlo akhe hey. Apolis bethi ibhola ende yabethwa ngentloko la bhola echithwe eRwanda, kodwa bethi into yobuhlungu uMzantsi Afrika ibingu-Aubrey Mudiba. Watsala into ende u-Aubrey Mudiba, kodwa lo bhola yakhe iyokudlula phezu kwebhala, inqina lakhe akalibekanga ngale ndlela ebefuna ngayo. Okuza kuthi ngoko akabikho nto izene eRwanda, akabikho nto ibonakaliswa eRwanda. Isengumzantsi Afrika osatshila phambili. uMzantsi Afrika ubuyisa izitya bawokubethiwe kwilizwe eRwanda, ubethwa ngamanqaku amabini esiphezu kwawo namhlanje. Babethwa ngo-2-0 namhlanje. uMzantsi Afrika ubuyisa izitya. iRwanda yawubamba ibhola, zinto zimbini, bona ngokomzimba bomelele. into nayo ngokwasebholeni Apollis lahla indoda ngomzimba hlaba lobhola kwelacala kakuhle Sipho Mbule wawagqiba amadoda bamhlaba kabuhlungu uSompempe uzokhupha ikhadi apha captain ufumana yellow card uhlabe uSipho Mbule kabuhlungu ebemgqibile uSipho ebemgqibile waqonda ucaptain ayikhona manje imhlabe ngo yellow card ephumayo benza utshintsho uyaphuma uKwizera kwiRwanda kungena Emmanuel lo tshintsho lokuqala balenzayo bola ifree kick ekude yoMzantsi Afrika wadlala kakuhle la bhola waPollis Sipho Mbule afumana ikona kick uMzantsi Afrika enza utshintsho bancema imbalenza utshintsho siqala nje isiqingatha sesibini bafaka uManuel bekhupha uGeorge Kwizera kona kick yoMzantsi Afrika acace ibhola acela ngaphesha pha thatha kakuhle la bhola Muhawukotha indaba ezimnandi ezivela eNigeria indaba ezimnandi ezivela eNigeria inkqenkqeza phambili ngamanqaku amathathu ngoku inkqenkqeza phambili ngamanqaku amathathu iNigeria uMzantsi Afrika ubuzazibamba ngolu hlobo izinto uMzantsi Afrika uyahamba Canada, USA, Mexico asifikanga sigalelekile Nigeria yenza umsebenzi omhle South Africa sikhona ipasisa balahla ibhola ngathi yaguquka iRwanda abethi into ebuhlungu wayichetha ngeminwe lo bhola uRonan Williams kodwa mayibe ikona kick yokuqala kona kick yesibini yeqela laseRwanda guquke kakuhle nala bhola ndoda idlala esuswini uBonhem Mugisha thatha lo bhola Apollis ufuna i-runners nakho uMuhawukotha ekhala Apollis bamthatha babeka phansi set-piece yoMzantsi Afrika yellow card uyazinqipha ngoku uSompempe yellow card ephumeleyo indoda uGilbert indoda ebengakhange adlala aqala umdlalo xa iRwanda ibidlala neBenin namhlanje kuqaliswe yena uApollis bendithi umkile nala bhola uMuhawukotha ebekhala ephakamisa izandla athi ndizambetha ngamendu lo lapha phambi kwam Fiacre Ntwari lungisa udonga lakhe lokugqibela uthi madoda ndikhuseleni ubani ophezu kwala bhola uApollis no-Aubrey Modiba into ethetha uba kuzawupaselwana ngala bhola ayizukhatyelwa straight epalini captain uhleli phezu kwakho u-Evidence Makgoba uSompempe uthi nimamele kum ndim ophethe umdlalo uthi ndicela ninimamele nje utsho ku-Evidence kunye nokapteyini ufumene i-yellow card uBizimana abhunga amadoda oMzantsi Afrika agqibile kubizwe uTebogo ngoku uTebogo kuthiwa irange yakho ke lena mntanam ezi meters zezakho uyazazi akwebuya umva kuthiwa irange yakho lena Mukwena izango kwakho uyile abethi into ebuhlungu uTebogo kodwa phezu kwa-crossbar into ethetha uba South Africa 2 ukanti Rwanda not Nigeria 3 Benin not
Not today for Teboho Mokoena, who scored some brilliant free kicks for the national team already in his career. Lit up AFCON with some stunning performances less than 2 years ago. And as you say, Scotty, the news gets even better from Oyo. Victor Osimhen has scored a hat-trick. It's 3-0 to Nigeria, which means the only way South Africa can effectively fall off the bus here is either for Rwanda to score twice, and they haven't yet had a shot on target, so something crazy would have to happen here. And Ronwen Williams playing some rather risky football and conceding a corner, or alternatively Benin would have to score 3 times against Nigeria in Oyo with that Nigerian crowd on their backs. I don't think that's going to happen. So South Africa can almost dare to believe, although Williams drops the ball. Free kick, though, has been given in his direction. Goalkeeper's kept many clean sheets for South Africa, and he hasn't been kept too busy tonight. So Victor Osimhen will get freedom of South Africa. What a player. A hat-trick for Nigeria against Benin. Benin will look back on this and say, for a tiny little nation in the west of Africa to have done so well, to have come so close, and to have had everything in their hands going into the final round of fixtures is quite remarkable. But they've fallen off the bus. And South Africa still trying. Mohamed Kota substituted early against Zimbabwe. A lot of people criticised that decision. Tonight he's had to come on for the unfortunate Tapelo Morena. Let's hope it's not a major injury for the Sundowns man. South Africa picking up the pieces in the midfield. The midfield tonight with Mbule and Mbata has been really good. Although Rwanda just starting to enjoy a little bit more time on the ball as South Africa. They don't want to sit back. That's a great challenge. Oh, look at the hard work done in the midfield by Mokoena. Working hard and denying Mugisha an opportunity to move upfield. Look at those legs pumping in all directions. South Africa can almost dare to believe. They've taken a very circuitous route, but they can almost dare to believe. There's that song by the Drifters, Under the Boardwalk. I'm sure you know it. It's got a beautiful line in it that says you can almost taste the hot dogs and French fries they sell. I think that's what South Africa will be tasting after tonight. They'll be dining on American food. Maybe throw in a bit of Mexican food as well. The odd burrito or two. Ronwen Williams will want to kick the ball upfield. Now, the bounce of the ball might be favourable. That came off a defender. It's going to be a corner. And set pieces will help South Africa. Mutsinzi, the 27-year-old central defender, conceding the corner. And the Rwandans, you can see in their body language, the belief has long since faded from them. They are offering just token resistance. Apollos plays it short. He'll want to whip it in. There are not too many yellow shirts in the box, so South Africa go a different route. Mordiba overhits that. That's too strong and too long, and will drift out for a goal kick. So let's unpack South Africa's journey. Looks as if it's going to be a successful journey, starting with a win against Benin by 2-1 in Durban. Then they went and played on that horrible synthetic pitch and lost 2-0 to Rwanda. And then that key match away in Oyo against Nigeria, when Themba Zwane scored the most brilliant goal on 29 minutes. Nigeria equalised. It was 1-1. But South Africa at that stage was sitting pretty. They then hammered Zimbabwe in Bloem by 3-1. Ikram Reina scoring in the opening minutes. Zimbabwe equalising 1 minute later. And then Morena scoring twice to give them a 3-1 win. And at that stage, things looked really good. Then they ran into a cul-de-sac, beating Lesotho, but having that match decided in the boardroom. They then beat Benin 2-0 away from home, beat Lesotho 3-0, drew with Nigeria, and then, disappointingly, after the news of those 3-point deduction had taken place, they drew against a 10-man Zimbabwe. 0-0, doing everything but scoring. But tonight, they're turning it on. And with just half an hour to go, They must feel the job is very close to done. No doubt they know what's happening in Uyo. And already there are a number of Rwandans on yellow cards on the field of play. South Africa 18 points. Nigeria 17 points. Benin 17 points. Second place means nothing in this group. That's a blind pass that doesn't work. Apollos, who's had a great game, picking up the pieces and still going, waltzing past his man like a knife through butter, still going, and now wide, Modiba, heavy first touch, pulls it back well. Apollos was there to try and round it off, and he missed kicks at the vital moment. I think he saw his name up in lights, just took his eye off the ball briefly. What a great chance, beautiful move. Apollos doing all the hard work through the middle of the park, playing Modiba in. Modiba first touch is heavy, but that pullback is great. And just unable to reach that left boot of Apollos. And the Rwandan defence doing the clearing. But it's all South Africa at the moment. Apollos involved again, Modiba. Look how well they're finding their men in that midfield. Mbata coming to help out. And this young man, Ndamane, let's compliment him as well. Well, that's an underweighted back pass, not for the first time in this World Cup campaign by Mudal. Could have cost. In the end, it'll run out for a throw-in on this near side. So, Kulumani Ndamane, the man from TX Galaxy, has done really well. He's had to slot in because Mbokazi is the young star of South African football, together with Rele Mofokeng. And Mbokazi, of course, suspended for a moment of petulance in the 7th minute of added time against Zimbabwe. And the coach had to make a decision. They called Moloisane up to the squad, the Stellies man. Also today had to call up another Stellies player, Cupido, in place of the injured Lyle Foster. It's a good long ball. Can Rwanda threaten and make this interesting? It's a good turn, but running out of space on the field of play. The idea was good, but he's very much a left back, is Nahom Mugabo, and well shepherded by the sailor man, Sailor Mudau. 27 minutes. Look at this run from Apollos. It's brilliant. Looks up, doesn't see too many options. Sees a lot of blue shirts in front of him, so he knows he's got to play Modiba in. And Messrs Nkalele and Johnson and Bruce looking on. And he might get some game time tonight. Malibongwe Koza. They all want to be involved. All the subs want to play. I feel like almost the sting's gone out of this game, with Nigeria winning so well by 3-0 and South Africa having built a 2-goal margin. All the excitement and all the drama and the tension of a final round of group matches seems to have been taken away. You always know in football you can get a sting in the tail. That's a lovely ball though. Here might be something on. What sort of cross, disappointing ball into a wall of blue shirts, but there might be something else on. Mbata tests the goalkeeper. Fiacre Ntwari this time gets his body behind the ball and makes the save. Wonder what's going to happen to him when he goes back to Chiefs. What sort of internal discipline he might face for refusing to come off the field when the substitute board was up in that match against Stellies, which Chiefs lost in the Carling knockout. This is a wonderful through ball. And you see the pullback to two players, Apollos and Masterchef, both making the run, but taking their time to get to the edge of the 18-yard box. Not quite getting up to speed with the game, but well, Mudau is full of running here again. Just overdoes it, runs into traffic. But there are not too many options for Rwanda upfield. So even though they're in possession, heavy touches, that's a good challenge by Mukweno. Has had a very good game. In fact, all three midfielders, Mukweno, Mbuli and Mbata, have done well, and I'm not surprised the coach hasn't made any substitutions in midfield other than the forced one of Morena. Here's Apollos, nice ball, now! Oh, Fiacre Ntwari reads the danger well and comes off his line and boots that ball into oblivion, as the whole coaching staff stand up in unison, thinking there might be goal number 3 on its way. 25 minutes to go. South Africa are almost there. Take a deep breath. Scotty, over to you.
Masithembe Michael uzawuthumela iNigeria a postcard uthi Nigeria for presidency. uMzantsi Afrika uyalifuna elinqaku lesithathu uyalifuna ubuhawukotha kungona nqonqozayo ngokosiqingatha sesibini ukanti injoli ngu-apolisi namhlanje sekunzinyana kumadoda aseRwanda ngoku i-altitude iphezu kwabo i-low felt le baphezu kwayo namhlanje awuprimo dibi ifuthe lobushushu liphezu kwabo uMzantsi Afrika uyazidakasela nje kwisiqingatha sesibini bavula ibala ngokwabo badrowa ibala into efunekayo linqaku lesithathu pasenhle kambatha Siphombule bekumzimba ayithatha uMzantsi Afrika wayihlaba la bhola wasebenza uJohn abuye kwakhona ibhola ecakwapali uhlanga ongaziphose ezinjumudawu yiyo loo nto emangalisekileyo naye ngoku umbatha ipasi enhle kwelaa cala no-evidence uMaqhupa wayibuyisa kakuhle lo pasi into ibiqalwe ngunkotha esithi uyabetha ibingusiphombule bethu uyabetha yasinda iRwanda yasinda iRwanda ibhentshi yoMzantsi Afrika abaqeqeshi bebesebeme ngenyawo bathwala izandla phezulu bonke khumbula amadoda oMzantsi Afrika ebemane ewomisha esishushubeza athi nathi siyafuna ukanti benza utshintsho bayamkhupha uJean Claude eRwanda bazakwenza utshintsho kubadlali ababili double substitution sayingoma ngokubalandeli beBafana Bafana sayingoma kubami boMzantsi Afrika iChristmas ifike sibekwa engekaqali engekafiki noDisemba yafika iChristmas eBombela wow adlala ibhola efile iRwanda abasabonani ngoku abasabonani bafana nenombolo zejezi zabo esemqolo ezingabonakaliyo thatha kakuhle la bhola u-apolisi Mudibo ihlaba ngasemva la bhola Mbule Mukwena wayilandela uMukwena ufuna i-return hawu bayichitha phambi kwemilenze zakhe kodwa wakhawuleza wabuya uMvule nebhola South Africa bayadakasa ngoku bahlaba ipasses apolisi nyengeza lo bhola ecango kwakhe olula umlenze uMzantsi Afrika wayibamba wayibeka phansi lo bhola uMudawu Muhawukotha buyisela kwakhona lo bhola kuMudawu umbatha kangathatha ishot ukhethe uyipasa le ibhola kuSipho Ambulu bonwabile abantu embombela ngoku uMzantsi Afrika uyazenzela amshiya la bhola uSailor amshiya la bhola uSailor bazenzela uMzantsi Afrika iBafana Bafana zikhumbula into efunyenwa iBenin into ebuhlungu efunyenwe yiBafana Bafana kuba iBafana Bafana yasoloko oko yayikhokela phambili sesithi indlela imhlophe eya kwiFIFA World Cup kodwa baqhubeka endleleni kwafuneka aqale phansi iBenin nayo ibisayisithi sihleli sigxumeka intente kwindawo yokuqala zafika iSuper Eagles zaqwenga zemkana amantshontsho ngoko kubuhlungu kwiBenin zikhumbule eqela libambe kwindawo yesibini ayithethi loo nto bali yaya kwindebe yeFIFA liyi agroup silo iseluncumo kubalandeli beBafana Bafana iseluncumo kubemi boMzantsi Afrika iRwanda ngoku into abayenzayo ngoku sebefuna upaka ibhasi bafuna ukudlala emva kwebhola ayisekho enye into balinde uMzantsi Afrika bayenzana ezipasi zenu ayisekho into abayenzayo balinde ipasi zoMzantsi Afrika Khulumani udlale kakuhle namhlanje zaqala ezapasses uyaqhawula interceptor kabuhlungu le ipasi kodwa wakhawuleza utalente embatho ayilwela ibhola yakhe Mwankot Makhali Stadium ayihlaba lo bhola ecankwakhe yapaswa nguTebuko wayilwela uMzantsi Afrika apolice wayihlaba wayibeka kuSipho Mbule kanti ndibalile nabaqeqeshi boMzantsi Afrika bebesithi bayibalile. The master chef pasa kakuhle la bhola kwapolice apolice wayibuyisa lo pasi wabetha uSipho wathi ndiyagqiba ikora kick yoMzantsi Afrika. Awuntwari namhlanje akhona ozinti unqwenela ukuba nguye noba ikhona indoda evela kubiza yoMzantsi Afrika noba utshintsho luzakwenzeka. Kona kick iza kususwa ku-Oswin Police zalelwane yaseKapa phakamisile Police yanomandla la bhola yabakomatheni kogqitywa ke ngoku evidence Makgopa baqeqeshi boMzantsi Afrika bayiqonda uba le nto icalanye ngoku. Bayiqonda icalanye ngoku le nto. iNigeria yenza kwalo msebenzi umnye wamanqaku amathathu. Ibafana bafana ngoku ithi masigqibe le nto kutsho u-Evidence Makgopa. Thetha nayo ubhodlela uNkosinathi Sibisi uthi kwedini uphinde waza nelinye inqaku kona kick ibinhle wenyuka uMakgopa ayibetha ipale engayijonganga noyijonga yayinhloko yakhe ayijikayo nje wayibetha ngephondo. Eyiswekile ziza kwehla ke ngoku abane high blood ziza kwehla ke ngoku kuba umsebenzi wenziwe nabagulayo bazawuphila ngoku neminister nayo ibetha umoya phezulu. Jonge nje umqeqeshi wonozinti ngokwakhe ngoku wonwabile. Yona nto ibifunwa kuMzantsi Afrika uba babone uqala kwesiqingatha sesibini kwangeza pasi zabo ukuba elinqaku lesithathu bayalifuna balifumene ke ngoku. iBenini ngeyisela amanzi ixole iBenini enkuku ibizawuxhithwa ilahlekile. Mzantsi Afrika ungalenza utshintsho ke ngoku kodwa bayazi ba aqinisa udonga lokugqibela idefense yabo bangake balinge baqhwanyaze neNigeria mayenze ngolo hlobo nayo. Ixesha liselinintsi lona ngakumbi kwibhola ekhatywayo. Uyayivana ingoma isithi masambe nono ixelela ubunono hayi kuhlwile ngoku masambe umsebenzi ugqityiwe ngabafana bafana. Azabalazi iBenin iRwanda xebe azabalazi iRwanda kodwa ukhona Sailor thatha lo bhola inika uTebuko ecankwakhe. Sompempe abesifuna unika iadvantage kuMzantsi Afrika kodwa waqonda bafana iphulukana nayo le ibhola. Ohlwaya iRwanda wanikezela free kick. Kevin Mohire indoda idlale kabuhlungu bamdlala kabuhlungu uSipho Mbule ingathi itarget yabo ba madoda imaster chef namhlanje siphezulu kwayo. Kudala bemgraya kakhulu uSipho Mbule ngoku ngathi batheze sijonge nje laa ndoda esuswini kwasikhe kwavela otalente Mbatha Bolende yoMzantsi Afrika wayibapha uOprimudiba wayihlaba kwaPolice. Mzantsi Afrika basengasemva ijezi ezimthubi aPolice esayicenga le bhola efuna iCalvary idibuye izomnceda ngamanqaku mathathu kwibafana bafana liqanda kwiRwanda.
Surely South Africa will be on the plane to North America under intense pressure The team had to do what they had to do tonight and not worry about what was happening in Oyo. Nigeria have done them a huge favour, but they still had to do the job tonight. And South Africa will join Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria, Ghana and Cape Verde. And a whole lot of other teams still to qualify tonight as African representatives at World Cup 2026. And the game management of the South African team in the second half has been excellent. Look at them, keeping the ball at the back, forcing Rwanda out, just slowing things down and then waiting for the chance to pounce. And when that chance comes, they take it. 3 Pirates players on the score sheet tonight. Mbata, Apollos and Makgopa from 3 different parts of the country they hail. From KwaMashu, from Bishop Lavis in Cape Town and from Gamampa. That's where they hail from. And now it's just running down the clock. They're not interested in more goals unless they present themselves. Rwanda are not interested in running forward. They've wasted all their energy. They've had to chase shadows for pretty much the full game so far. It's been excellent game management. It just shows what this team can do when they put it all together. They had a brilliant AFCON. Got all the way to the semi-finals against expectation. It was just a bridge too far on that occasion in that semi-final. But they're going to be a threat at AFCON. Coming to you, of course, on your SABC various platforms in the next 2 months. So that's going to be thrilling to watch. But this has been even more thrilling. This has been special. I've been fortunate enough to commentate on Bafana Bafana live at 2010 and that memorable opening game against Mexico, and to watch them play all over the world. But this has been very special and ranks among some of the top performances we've seen from the national team. And barring an absolute miracle and a free comeback from Benin in Oyo, or a free comeback from Rwanda here, South Africa will be on the plane. Nkota in playing as an inverted winger. Now Mbule looking for somebody behind him. You see, doesn't panic, doesn't look forward, just keeps possession, slows things down and waits for the opening. This is excellent game management by the South Africans, although as I say that, an errant pass forces Mokoena to go all the way back into his own half and concede a free kick. I think the referees decided charity begins at home. Well, the headlines could have been about Mokoena for a very different reason had South Africa not qualified. One shudders to think what that story might have been like. But that could be swept under the carpet, and I think there's some very, very relieved officials behind the scenes, given the result. Well, there's the man who makes it happen for us at SABC Sport, Orapeleng Lebete. Good to see him representing the company. And enjoying the action. A wonderful boss to work under. As well as Keletso Totlanyo and the rest of the management team who have enabled us to bring you this incredible action. And South Africans tonight, I'm sure, are very, very proud. And Nigerians can be proud as well about the way they've ended their campaign. And they've done the business as well, showing what a threat they could be when they get it right. Victor Osimhen is a class player and he's come good. Mbule, the master chef, still cooking things up in the midfield. Apollos, Modiba. Mbata started the scoring with a rifling shot that Ntwari will feel disappointed about. Very, very much in control. It's been a masterful performance from Bafana Bafana. It could have gone so wrong, but it has gone so right. Mbata. Even Natasha Chikla sitting next to the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. She's looking younger by the minute. Now, is there a through ball on here? Mudau. Nkota goes on his side. Gets the service. Even the defenders are coming up. Ndamane trying to stand it up at the far post, looking for Apollos. South Africans won't mind. Well, I've seen some spectacular comebacks in my time in various matches in football, but this will take something really special for Rwanda to turn this around, or for Benin to turn it around in the hostile atmosphere of Oyo. Don't think that's going to happen tonight. Just 10 minutes to go. And Rwanda look very much a beaten team. They played really well in the wet, in foreign conditions for Bafana way back in November of 2023, when he was a very different Bafana team that travelled to play on that synthetic surface. The match should have really been abandoned, shouldn't have taken place, but did take place. And in the end, it was an excellent goal, first up for Rwanda by Nshuti, and then a tap-in goal by Mugisha after 2 defensive blunders by South Africa on the day. But they've come good. Here's the latest of them. Good header from Makgopa, getting his 5th goal for South Africa tonight. And Ntwari, although he got something to it, couldn't keep it out. So 8.5 minutes plus a little bit of token stoppage time for everybody to catch their collective breath. But the work was done early on in this game for Bafana. They just need to do a bit of defending here. Oh! Hits the inside of the upright. What a stunning shot that was from nothing. And that's what can happen in a game of football. Well, Bafana were denied twice by hitting the woodwork against Zimbabwe. This is an outstanding strike from way off. Ronwen Williams would have been so disappointed to be beaten from that range. It deserved to go in. It was an absolutely brilliant strike. And somehow it has stayed out. What a great effort. Well, I said Rwanda score in every second game, so they due a goal today. This time Ronwen Williams makes absolutely sure. So they didn't score in their first game against Zimbabwe, then they scored in the 2-0 home win against South Africa. Let's have a look at the shot again. It was struck by the substitute Bima Rawire, the 27-year-old. Outstanding effort. Third match they lost 1-0 to Benin, didn't score. Fourth match they beat Lesotho 1-0, did score. Fifth match they didn't score against Nigeria, lost 2-0. Drew with Lesotho 1-1, scoring in their 6th match. Didn't score against Nigeria in match number 7. Did score against Zim in match number 8. Didn't score against Benin in match number 9. So all the odd-numbered matches, they failed to score in any of them. All the even-numbered matches, they've scored in all of them. Ah, statistics, you've got to love them. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Modiba, nice ball. Apollos looks round, finds his man beautifully. Mokoena, they're still trying, they're still going hard at it. Bata's errant pass, but helped out by teammate. CBC pushing forward. Now MasterChef. This is great from South Africa. The pullback is blocked slightly, and in the end the clearance will be made by Manzi. Referee gives a free kick, but the time is really ticking now. Evidence Makgopa is going to get a little bit of rest, and Rwanda also going to make a change. So the Rwandan change first. Coming onto the field is the man with a very, very long surname, Daryl Nganji Nukiliyamana. And he's coming on for Nigeria, for Rwanda rather. And also the man who wasn't expecting to be playing tonight, got a late call-up to the team, Ashley Cupido, will be in action no doubt for Stellies in CAF Confederations Cup matches this coming Saturday. He replaces Evidence Makgopa, who on his 20th appearance has scored his 5th goal for the national team. Cupido scored on debut. And that's the goal from Makgopa. So Cupido called up to play here. Let me just give you some details for him. Scored in that friendly in June against Mozambique. Also played in the CAF Cup squad in 2024, the Stellies man, 24 years of age. 6 caps, tonight he earns his 7th, and he's got that goal on debut. 5 minutes to go. Rwanda look out of ideas. Every time they come forward, they get dispossessed. It's been a masterful performance by Hugo Bruce's team. And Bafana Hugo, as they call them, are on their way to the World Cup. Scotty, it's been a privilege. Take us home.
Hugo Bruce ugqibela kwakhe ku-World Cup wagqibela njengomdlali. Ngoku ubuyela ku-World Cup emva kweminyaka eminintsi ebuyela njengomqeqeshi esiza neBafana Bafana. ebethile wathi Themba akazulahla ucacile ngoku into ekufuneka eyenzile kwinyaka ozayo kusha ibhekana zakhe ajongise eSouth America. Bafana into abayenzayo ngoku kukumanager umdlalo. Police ball enhle kwela cala, handball. Uvela uSailor engabaleka ikhona uMudawo wabhaqwa. Man of the match umdlalo oyo waqaqamba namhlanje. Police yiyo intandane yeqela lebafana la namhlanje. Kumanqaku amathathu unendima ayidlalileyo wade wechatha kuloo ndima yakhe ayidlalileyo wafaka inqaku lesibini ebelilihle ngeyona ndlela. Waqala ukapteni womzantsi Afrika wathi kubalandeli bebafana khani niculeleni ingoma yam andiniva mo. Wathi niculeleni ingoma yam andiniva, wafumana i-yellow card ngokulibazisa umdlalo. Wafumana i-yellow card uRonwin. Sompempe wathi mntanam i-8 seconds iyabala, wena udlala eyakho into. Nigeria isemile kumzuzu wama-86. Nigeria isakhokela phambili ngamanqaku amathathu eqandeni. Umzantsi Afrika kumizuzu engama-87 ayisankqenkqeza phambili waphakama uBruce. uHugo wakwazi ngoku noko isihlunu zatsho zoluleka, wakwazi uphefumla. Noba sekufinyoka ikhwele emthini ingenazandla ayicingi namhlanje, ayisoze. South Africa bamaneja umdlali isazulwini sebala. Talente Mbatha wenzile umsebenzi wakhe. Enguye noTeboho Mokoena ebizintsimbi kwesasiso somzantsi Afrika. Master Chef ecankwabo umzantsi Afrika ujonge njengoku elaa xesha lasezikolweni bekuzawuthiwa idemo le. Ronwen Williams izokulanda bamnyathela kabuhlungu uTalente Mbatha, ibhola seyihambe kudala. Sompempe wayikhupha i-yellow card. iRwanda iyalwa ngoku, abasadlali ndoda esanda ungena ngaphakathi ebaleni. uHamon ufumana i-yellow card. Tshintsho kumzantsi Afrika. Rwanda kuzawuba ngathi niyabaleka ngoku waphuma uTalente Mbatha, indoda esike inqaku elibuhlungu. Abona kungangena uAubasi kuthiwa umdlalo mawuyolawulwa ngoku. Jonge nje laa nqaku likaTalente Mbatha, jonge nje laa nqaku. Wabethi into ebuhlungu. Kwathanda abaqeqeshi bomzantsi Afrika bathi sikwazi unjena ke. eRwanda bayaqonda nabo akusekho nto mabayenze ngoku, sebedlalela nje ixesha. Distribution enhle suka ngasemva la bhola esuka kuRonwen Williams. Omawunkotha bezoyilanda ngasemva le ibhola. Bathuse uAubasi ukhona ngaphakathi. Mudiba pasi ibhola enhle ugqiba. Police izaba ikona kick yomzantsi Afrika, kona kick ebafana le. Imizuzwana seleyo ziseconds sifike kwimizuzu engama-90. Imbombela ime ngenyawo ngoku, yonke into ibisenzeka ifeziwe. Indlela ecacile imhlophe yebafana bakwindawo yokuqala kuGroup C, number 1 kuGroup C, ibe iNigeria kwindawo yesibini, ukanti iBenin ibikade ibambe iumbrella. Mizuzu mithathu kwaxaze silinikwa ngosompempe. iBenin bizibambele i-umbrella tohwana yemka nomoya lo umbrella afika the Super Eagles ayiphaphathekisa yemka bathi indawo yomzantsi Afrika leni ihleli kuyo kodwa deda mhlangane endaweni yenywaki thatha ixesha lakhe Williams ukuthola la bhola phansi South Africa bathi le mizuzu mibini seleyo sizayidlala ngolu hlobo iRwanda sayifuna inqaku lokubika ekhaya phansi yabhaqa iRwanda kodwa ayitshayela uMzantsi Afrika lo bhola wayichitha into ibizanyo iRwanda wayithatha lo bhola thekele ebuhlungu le Nwabile nangumshishi madoda angumtshini ozitshintshela ngokwawo xa yokwenzakala namhlanje President yeSAFA ithi silapha nje mntanam siziswe nguwe wayenza into yakhe uThemba Zwane uyenzile into yakhe Masithemba uzawuphinda anyangeke atshone khona eMorocco ngoDisemba atshone kwiFIFA kunyaka ozayo sebesenza isono ngeRwanda amsozo umnyoseleyo etshane efike okhulumane ndamase wazinza wangena okweglove yesandla kwiqela lebafana akabi nadyudyu tu ogqityiwe umsebenzi Christmas yokuqala eMzantsi Afrika seyifikile eyesibini sayibona ngoDisemba mhlawumbi nangoJanuwari singaba nenye into ezakwenzeka kula group siza kuhlangana neZimbabwe kwi-Africa Cup of Nations siza kuhlangana neZimbabwe injongo zayo ezingaphumelelanga inqaku likambatha likatalente lawuhlala lihleli kumabala sembombela lakuhlala lihleli elikapolisi lakuhlala lihleli unozinti kangalibone tu elikamakhopa ubuchule bokusebenzisa inhloko aphela amaxesha nebhosi yethu yatsho embombela ebhosi yethu yatsho embombela ithi sompempe kuphelile ngoku kugqityiwe uMzantsi Afrika uya kwi-Africa Cup of Nations ngoDisemba uMzantsi Afrika kulo nyaka uzayo uya kwi-FIFA World Cup naba nobudogisi wonke umuntu ubiziwe uNatasha Chiklas ixhego liyaphinda libuyela kwindebe yehlabathi elayigqibela lisengumdlali ngoku lingumqeqeshi uHugo Bruce ubuyela khona bamombelela ingoma uzawufika atsho athi ndayishiya indebe yeFIFA ndisengumntwana ndisengumdlali ngoku ndiza kuyo sendilixhego ndisiza neqela endinethemba ngalo wathi usompempe kwanele iphelile into ibithethwa wedlula uMzantsi Afrika waya kwiFIFA World Cup 2026 here we come ayitsho nebhentshi yomzantsi Afrika zii-celebrations nje zonke hayi embombela kumzantsi Afrika xa uphela ebese ufika nini ezantsi umphathiswa besimgqibele ehleli phezulu nje Bronwyn Williams captain wabafana wonwabile umphathiswa wonwabile
siyaya eAmerica bafana South Africa we qualified with nobody's help we stood the players the coach the management thank you very much siyaya America salute
niyazivela kokwenu kuphathiswa wobugcisa imidlalo nenkcubeko lowo asiyitshathi xa igqiba uthetha athi salute uMzantsi Afrika udlulile uya kwindebe yehlabathi yeFIFA uya kwindebe yaseAfrika iAfrica Cup of Nations ngumzantsi Afrika ke lowo abadlali bayiqonda bayithetha ntoni nale nto kubo bayiqonda bayithetha ntoni na kumzantsi Afrika uphela bayenzile into abantu bebethandaza imihla nezolo bethandazela le mini yanamhlanje. Imithandazo yabo ke iviwe kuba nali iqela labo lidlulile. Nigeria uxolo Nigeria. Umsebenzi sizenzele. Bese uqhatha ngela xesha sithenza umsebenzi. Besiyazi uba sizawuzenzela. Umveli umphathiswa uthi akho mntu sincedileyo. Sizenzele ngokwethu sazofika kule ndawo sikuyo siyenze ngokwethu. Siphela sinjalo ke izinto imincili kuMzantsi Afrika. Eludumo kubafana bomZantsi Afrika yagqibela nini le nto ukwenzeka. 2002 okude kakubi. Wakusadlala Oruo Lucas Radebe ngoko. Ngoku namhlanje kuthiwa siyaphinda siyabuyela kwiFIFA. Imincili akho mntu ufuna uhamba. Utebo izono zakho kodini sicanya kushela. Ezazingaze zenziwe nguwe phofu. Into nayo wabethwa si-stray bullet now. Ibhulu ibizidlulela. Yadlula ngawe Tebo. President weSAFA ingathi ulahlekile naye imincili. Xibilili isibilini. Kwibafana xibilili isibilini kuMzantsi Afrika uphela. Jonke nje le bithetha ntona kumqeqeshi webafana uHugo Bruce. Ozawuhamba neli qela. Phela kumdlalo sitsho sithi uMzantsi Afrika ngamanqaku mathathu, iRwanda liqanda, South Africa 3, Rwanda not. Ukugqibela kwethu iNigeria nayo ibinkqenkqeza phambili ngamanqaku amathathu eqandeni leBenin, kodwa owona msebenzi ebesijonge kuwo ebingulona waseMbombela Stadium. Apho wenzeke ngokulula kwakwisiqingatha sokuqala uMzantsi Afrika wayirepa yonke into kwi-first half. Second half ibiyibhansela nje laa nqaku lakhe u-Evidence Makgopa. Zinjalo izinto sithi thina amakhaya ngamakhaya kamnandi.
And it is a 3-0 Bafana booking a place in the 2026 FIFA World Cup next year in the USA, Mexico and Canada. And I am standing with the man of the match, 10-1, Oswald. Congratulations, firstly, that key goal number 2. How does it feel to do it in the national colors, but most importantly on such a crucial match?
I just want to congratulate, the whole team, and the whole South Africa for coming out today, and supporting us, and what an amazing feeling, for the group going to the World Cup, I'm so happy for the boys, but most important, we have to give thanks to everyone who supported us through this difficult time, We know we got a draw in the previous game, but we knew that we would come today here and win.
I mean, how tough was it to have to come back from that draw, a game that people easily expected that you could have won it against Zimbabwe, but here you are coming in confidently after that game?
Yes, it was a difficult game, We could have won, but at the end of the day, we didn't win. And I'm happy that we won today, going to the World Cup, watching it from TV, what an amazing moment for me, myself, but most importantly for the whole group, for fighting today. And I'm very happy that we're there.
Congratulations. I'm going to give Dr. Khumalo an opportunity to give you that man of the match check to Oswald Apollos, the man of the match. I also do have the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Mr. Gayton Mackenzie, to celebrate this moment with Bafana, but of course celebrating Oswald Apollos for that man of the match winning performance. And now I'm going to call the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Mr. Gayton Mackenzie, who's here to celebrate. But before that, the coach of Rwanda, Adel Amroshe. Coach, hard luck. Let's start with your analysis of this game.
There are two teams. One team who want to play only for play, and the other they play for something big. It's World Cup qualification. I congratulate the team of Bafana. Yeah, we must be fair play. They made the victory, and all the best for them in the World Cup. We are proud for one team like Bafana can present the team like them, like Nigeria. All this big team. They have that quality to make our continent proud, and I wish them all the best.
Coach, I just want to speak in your regard with regards to Rwanda. Of course, you're looking forward to the AFCON later on in the year.
like what I said before the game, you see, we don't have the same goal, you know. We come in that special group and special game today. You know, what we can take is only the happiness from the South African people and maybe the sadness for our people.
Hard luck, coach.
Thank you.
And that is the coach of Rwanda, Coach Adel Amroshe. Unfortunately, defeat on his part, and there were reports that his job could be on the line following these World Cup qualifiers. Of course, unable to qualify with Rwanda. But I do have SAFA President Dr. Danny Jordan, as well as the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, celebrating this moment. And there you have it. This is how much it means to South Africa to be going to the World Cup. Minister, USA, that's where we go.
Yeah, America! What's on America too? We are going America!
Coach, not coach, Minister, what does this mean for South Africa?
You know, we are soccer crazy nation. It means everything to us. We stood behind this team. All credit must go to the coaching team and to the players. They played their hearts out today. I'm so happy. The country is happy. The government is happy. We are all happy. This is who we are. South Africa, we're going to the World Cup. Our football will be seen by the world. What you saw here today was excellent. The players left their hearts on the field. To the coach, I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Minister. Looking forward to getting those visas to the USA.
What's going on America too? See America! Ria America! Bye!
That is the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Mr. Gayton McKenzie, and I do have the President of SAFA, Dr. Danny Jordan. President, finally, hurdles here and there, but now the ticket has been booked.
Well, we have now one of the teams that going to the World Cup, in spite of all the problems we had, injuries last minute, and we are very happy that we have the depth of the team to take us through. And it was a decisive victory. The last was 2002 in Korea, Japan. And now, 23 years later, we've qualified, and there's no question about it. We are again top of the group. We are the best team in the group. And all credit to the players, the coaches, and they have done a marvelous job.
Thank you so much, Dr. Danny Jordan, the Minister, the President of SAFA, Dr. Danny Jordan. I will take you to an ad break. Then after the break, Uvusiwe will be chatting to the guys in studio, but also we'll have, we'll talk to Coach Hugo Bruce. Coach, what a moment. How does it feel to book a place in the World Cup next year?
It feels wonderful. We all knew that we could do it. We believed in ourselves, and I think you saw it from the beginning of the game that we wanted to win that game. The only thing was what happened in Nigeria. So Nigeria did what they have to do, and we did what we have to do. So we go to the World Cup. It's fantastic.
And Coach, I mean, you have believed in the young players, and you've seen them grow into players that are able to play on the stage and handle the pressure that comes with playing in such games.
Yeah, you know, the age doesn't matter. It's the talent, it's the mentality. And this is something also with the young players you saw today. They have the right mentality and they have talent. And then you can make a good team. And I think we did that in the last 3 years. We changed players, and every time it was the right choice. So yeah, what happened today is work for 3 years, and now I think the future looks very bright for South African football. So let's do a nice and a good AFCON in December, and then we go to America.
Coach, for you as well, we spoke about it earlier. It's a huge milestone to be going back as the coach 40 years later. How do you feel now that you've sealed it and you are going?
Yeah. There are no words to express what I feel now. I always dreamed about it because I said it also before the game. It was the end of my career as a player, and I had a World Cup. And now it will be the end of my career as a coach, and I have again a World Cup. So yeah, what is more fantastic? I can't think about something. So yeah, let's enjoy it and make a celebration.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you very much.
And that is the coach of Bafana Bafana, Coach Hugo Bruce, saying for now all that matters is to celebrate that moment. And Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Gayton McKenzie, saying it took 24 years to do it correctly, qualifying automatically, and not because we host, but because we deserve to be here. After the break, Ubusiwe Ngobo will take us through the 90 minutes that have sealed the tickets to North America for South Africa after they finished top of Group C in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Let's take a quick break.
It's a journey that inspires generations and one that proves that we are made of more. 10Bet, official betting partner of Bafana Bafana.
Order a delicious chicken fold-over on the McDonald's app, and you could win a VIP trip to Greece. Because if you know, you know.
My name is Bus.
It's not just the 15 World meters, the quickest 23 swims at 800, and the top 11 swims in the 1500. Now that's dominant.
The pulse of sports, the pride of Mzansi. Get all the updates, analysis about your favorite games from the PSL to Premier League and Bundesliga. And the real stories behind the stars. Hosted by the best, Sizo Mabena, Mark and Jerry. It's not just sport, it's culture, it's passion, it's Game On. Catch Game On only on SABC 1 every Saturday at 2 p.m. Click, click. Bang.
Good evening to the Journals Podcast.
Big stories and bold voices.
Yeah, man.
This is where sports journalism meets conversation.
We've given you the news.
Unfiltered.
Oh, no, guys, you need to understand.
Unscripted, unmissable. Catch every episode of the Journals Podcast right here on SABC Sport Channel every Friday at 9 p.m. Also available on SABC Plus. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
This is the Premier League. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Newcastle United on Saturday, 18 October at 3:30 p.m. Live on SABC 3 and SABC Plus. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
Order a delicious chicken fold-over on the McDonald's app, and you could win a VIP trip to Greece. Because if you know, you know.
And there it is, the majestic Mbombela Stadium. This was the battlefield tonight where Bafana Bafana did it. South Africa rose to the occasion and claimed all 3 points against Rwanda in a result that has proven decisive in the World Cup dream. After all the drama, all the setbacks, all the questions asked of Coach Hugo Bruce and his troops, they have answered in the best way possible and have said, Ningizim Africa, here is our ticket to the United States, Canada and Mexico.
What a performance, great success, we see. We are very proud, we are happy. USA, here we come. It's been a while, eh? It's been a while, 16 years.
It's been 23. When was the last time? 2002 that we qualified of our own doing.
Absolutely. So it's an amazing generation of Bafana Bafana that we have. 2023, they came up third. So we are very proud of them, but also led by a top tactician in Coach Hugo Bros. Great job, history written. I believe in this team, and I believe that we're going to have a good World Cup. But we start with the AFCON, and the performance was just amazing.
And before I get your thoughts, Itumeleng, perhaps I can just ask our team if we can have a quick look at that table once again in terms of how things end in Group C. South Africa is sitting at the top. They are followed by Nigeria. But many people may be asking themselves, why was Nigeria fighting so hard? Because Nigeria secured a 4-0 victory against Benin in their closing game. And this gives them that foot in. They are going to the playoffs.
Yeah, what a great time to be alive. What a great time to witness such greatness of the current generation of Bafana Bafana players. They made the country proud, and as you can see the table, obviously Bafana Bafana did themselves a favor by making sure they go all out, they focus on themselves, they win all their matches. Yes, we almost had a setback by being docked 3 points and 3 goals, but again the boys kept on believing, and even the coach kept on telling us as a nation to say, don't worry, we are booking our tickets. And US.
We're going to the United States of America. We're going to Canada. We're going to Mexico. Of course, at this point, we don't know where the South African team will be stationed during the group stages. But a crucial victory here tonight for South Africa. You have a Talent Mbata that opens the scoring. And Oswin Apollos, man of the match, 1 goal rather, and 2 assists. And then we obviously saw Mwana Sesi also finding the back of the net to make it 3-0 for South Africa's Bafana Bafana. Let's now hear from the man that leads Ningizim Africa as the captain of the team. During the game, but he managed. Let's take you now to Ronwen Williams.
And I do have the captain of Bafana Bafana, Ronwen Williams. Ronwen, during the week, you spoke about being around as we were trying to qualify for Qatar and the heartbreak that it came with that. But how do you feel now to have sealed and booked that tickets for South Africa?
Amazing. I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say. I don't think we as players realize what we just done here. This is history. I'm so proud to be leading this team. What we done here is amazing. And I think as time goes by, it will probably sink in. But I'm so proud and happy for the team, for the players, for the coach and the technical team especially. It's been an amazing journey. A lot of good moments, bad moments, moments that we had to stick together as a team. And that's what I asked for the last few days. I said, in good moments, it's easy to be a team. But in bad moments and when you're back against the wall, that's when we have to dig deep and draw strength from one another. And that's exactly what we've done the last few days. So kudos to the players and the team.
Beautiful scenes coming through from the Mbombela Stadium, where there was a crowd of 25,538 in attendance that got to witness South Africa qualifying for the World Cup. But of course, it's all the millions at home that got to experience it here, right on the SABC. Ningizim Africa, that's how we wrap up our broadcast. A massive thank you to Itumeleng Isaac Kune. A massive thank you to Coach Thabo Cruz. Sinong. From myself, Ubusu Ndagazewa and the rest of the team, goodbye.
Thank you. Kraus, Musiwe.
Bruce Kraus.